Hey everyone, it's January 3rd, and that means that if today is your birthday, you share it with serial killer Philip Carl Jablonski, one of California's worst serial killers who murdered 5 women in the 70s and 90s, and that is him right up there. Jablonski was born in Joshua Tree, California in 1946 and was raised by an alcoholic father who physically and sexually abused him, his siblings, and his mother. He enlisted in the Army in 1966 and served in Vietnam. When his tour ended and he returned to the U.S. in 1968, he married his high school sweetheart while the pair lived in Texas. At this point, he began to indulge his violent impulses, often strangling his wife to the point of unconsciousness during sex. His wife left him that same year, and he quickly became involved with another woman who he sexually assaulted on their first date. She became pregnant, and the two of them moved to California in 1969 after his military service was over. She finally left him in 1972, after which Jablonski used a knife to sexually assault an acquaintance in his home. That victim fled his house and was able to alert the police, after which he was tried and convicted of rape. I'm unsure exactly how much time he served, but he was back out in 1977 when he had a baby with another woman. In July of 1978, he killed her mother after the two had a fight. He was convicted of murder and served 12 years behind bars before being released in 1990, despite trying to strangle his own mother when she came to visit in 1985. While in prison, he married a woman who he met via a classified ad in 1982. And you think there's no one for you on Hinge. Before he was released, his wife became concerned about him in the real world and refused to allow him to live with her, causing him to settle in Southern California instead. She spoke to his parole officer, who forbade him from visiting his wife. But in 1991, he illegally purchased a gun from a friend and headed north to the Sacramento area where she lived with her mother. This ended with her being sexually assaulted, shot, suffocated, and stabbed, and her mother being shot in the head. He then returned to Southern California and killed a woman he had met while attending community college as part of the terms of his parole, and her mutilated body was found in the desert with the words, "I love Jesus," carved into her back. A few weeks later, he robbed and murdered a woman in Utah before being apprehended a few days later in Kansas. He was convicted of multiple murders and sent to death row for the 4 murders he committed after being released. While incarcerated, he created a website seeking pen pals on which he described himself as a death row teddy bear. He sent many letters and handmade greeting cards to people on the outside, including a writer at Vice who claims to have written to more than 50 serial killers. Also, while researching this case, I came across an ad offering to sell an autographed dick tracing he made in prison with some of his shaved pubic hair for $80, so maybe you can get your Valentine a special gift. Google it so your search history can be as terrible as mine. Jablonski died of unknown causes in his cell at San Quentin in 2019. If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday it is today, send them this video so they can find out all about their birthday twin. And to Philip Carl Jablonski, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.